Welcome, welcome! It's Mud Dog with the Texas Space Navy bringing you another Star Citizen video. And again, it is Invictus week. This is May 23rd, 24th. This is day 3 and 4 during Invictus week. It's Aegis Day. So, as you can see here, we do have a little trailer you can watch. But Aegis Dynamics right here, they have all the things that they're selling for the day. The upgrades that they have available right now is the Aegis Gladius 10-year insurance war bond upgrade. That's a fantastic deal. Real quick, I want to give a shout out to Starjump. If you haven't seen his YouTube channel, go over to his YouTube channel. He just put out an Aegis Dynamics video last night. It is phenomenal, and you may catch a glimpse of some of the people in the community that put out content that he did a little homage to, and it's a phenomenal video, so definitely check that out. All right, let's get into it. Today's sell. What do you have in the sell? You've got the Titan for 55, the Stalker for 60, the Avenger Titan Renegade 75, the Avenger Warlock 85, the Gladius 90, Gladius Valiant 110, the Saber 170, Saber Comet 185, Vanguard Hoplite 235, Vanguard Warden 260, Vanguard Sentinel 275, Vanguard Harbinger 290. That's the torpedo boat. The Sentinel is the E-Warfare version of the Vanguard. Aegis Retaliator Bomber 275. Aegis Eclipse 300. Aegis Hammerhead 725. Those are all unlimited stock, so you'll be able to get those all day long for the next 2 days. You could also get the regular Aegis Retaliator. That's the base version for 150. Vulcan for 200. Redeemer for 250. That's a good buy because it'll probably go up in price, but you never know. The Nautilus for 725. Those are all available unlimited stock. Then you have the Warbond version of the Idris P at 1300, the Warbond version of the Javelin at 2700, and then their non-Warbond version 1500 and 3000. And then you have the aftermarkets for 250, 300. 250 is the war bond, 300 is for store credit, and then the Aegis Dynamics complete pack, $8,000 for new money, $8,900 if you're doing credits. Do they still have these in stock? No, they sold out within a few seconds. I actually could have picked one up. I was quick enough. I could have picked up one of each of those. I don't have the money for that, so I didn't. But that was a possibility. If you're there right at time, you can actually win those. I guess you could call it win. It's winning the F5 war, the refresh. The page did not have a lot of traffic, so it was real quick load, and you could have easily gotten those if you were one of the first ones here at 11 o'clock Central Time. They also have paint jobs available. They've got this full paint mix, which is these 3 paints here, the Frostbite, Timberline, and Invictus Blue and Gold, available for the Gladius. That kind of looks good on the Gladius, not gonna lie. I'm not sure I like this Timberline paint though. Same thing for the Vanguard. Those are available for those too. Then you have the yearly packs for the Aegis gear or the Celebration gear packs. If you've gotten those in the past, you probably still have them. Then you also have the Invictus shop merch, which they have this cool jacket here. Pretty expensive, but really cool. And a bunch of other stuff. Let's get into the game, and I'll show you around the Expo Hall. And here we are, headed towards the Expo. We're just off the metro train, and we are going to make our way to the elevator banks here at Invictus Launch Week on New Babbage and Microtech. Let's find an elevator that will open for us. Spam the button until it comes to us. And away we go. Hopefully you guys get all the ships that you want. I just learned that somebody in Legatus picked up their 4th Javelin. That's exceptional. Normally this hologram would pop up, but there's probably some rendering issues since I'm one of the first ones in the Expo Hall today. Funny note, we were trying to do the Naked Mile yesterday as an org, and I fell while running up these stairs. Fell flat on my face. Who'd have thought that would actually happen? Alright, let's take a look at the map and see where everything is going to be located. So you have the Vanguards all in their own room. You have some of the bombers and stuff here. Oh, actually, Titans, Gladius is over here. Alright. Nothing in the down below area. Okay. Couple of holograms. Alright, so let's actually start with the hologram room, and then we'll move up and talk about the ships that are up here. If you didn't know, there are little rooms down here below the main showroom floor where they have little hologram cases. It's a little lounge area. And of course the Invictus history over here on the left, we have already talked about in the first day video. Alright, here we have, looks like the Vulcan maybe? Yes sir, Aegis Vulcan. So this is a medium repair and refuel ship. I actually like the way this thing looks. It'll be really cool to see how it functions. It just looks like a solid industrial ship, you know what I mean? But this will be a great refuel repair, rearm ship early on. So if you're looking to solo one of those early on, or at least have a small crew, that's going to be the ship for you before you move into the bigger ships that are capable of doing that. And here is the Nautilus. This is a mine layer. This one's that $725 ship. It's capital size, thereabouts. It has a size 7 up front that can actually do a little bit of damage to those capital ships in case you get in an engagement. But this thing is not made to be duking it out with the big ships of the verse. It's made to lay those mines, or actually hack mines that you find out there and bring them on board, reprogram them, and redeploy them. It'll be able to deploy at least 3 different kinds of mines, the homing mines and the laser turret mines, as well as, I can't remember what the third mine is, but you know, you get the idea. It's going to be able to deploy all sorts of different kinds of mines, and it could be very useful for a lot of different orgs out there to have these, especially if you want to close off certain jump points or choke points in a system, even, you know, closer to your homesteads or base stations. You want to have mine layers there doing the dirty work, laying those mines out. Make it really hard for your enemies to get in close. Alright, let's move on to the other ships we have out here. As you can see, this is the Redeemer. This ship has been in the works for a really long time. It was on the Next Great Starship competition, which was a competition they did in year 1 or 2, where people in the community designed the ships. They had to be redesigned after that, which is why it's taken so long. This gun here, I believe, is going to be pilot operated. And of course, this one's going to be manned down here. You can see they have some really big guns on there. I think those are going to be size 4s or 5s. And then the guns on the wings, those will be pilot operated for sure as well. Really big guns. Yeah, so I would expect this thing to really lay down some thunder. It has this unique engine design. You haven't really seen that in the game before this. The wheels are actually a little bit redone as well on this thing. We can't get in it. It does have a tail gun, and it's also going to have a big turret up top. The tail gun looks like the smallest guns on that thing. It is classified as a gunship. It used to be classified as a gunship and dropship, but they've redone that classification. Obviously, we can't get into it because it's not fully fleshed out. This one will be coming into the game sooner rather than later, so expect it shortly, like in the next few months. Let's go over to the Saber. Now, The Saber has a lot of different variants. Comes with 4 size 3s, or at least the mounts are 4 size 3s. You can also make them size 2 gimbal. This is a stealth medium fighter. They did say they're going to redo all the fighter classifications so that they make a little more sense and that some ships fit their role a little bit more. So yeah, this is a medium stealth fighter. It is a great ship. If you're looking for a fighter, you can't really go wrong with a Saber. Doesn't quite have the tankiness of a Hornet, but it is a phenomenal little ship. I really like my Saber. I've always enjoyed flying Sabers. This big behemoth is the Hammerhead. This is, I think, a $750 ship right now. This is classified as a gunship as well. As you can see, the guns up here, these are all size 4s. I guess if we compared it to the Redeemer guns, those are probably size 4s over there as well. Those are Rhino laser repeaters, so you never run out of ammo in those things, but you can overcharge them, and they will pretty much have to be cooled down before you open fire again. There is 6 turrets and 2 pilot seats, as well as a rover bay in this thing. So it's really massive. You can change the missiles out, because it comes with a lot of missiles, for size 5 torpedoes. So keep that in mind if you're doing the Hammerhead. You might want to go that route with it. Then you have the Saber Comet. This is kind of a special edition Saber. Not as special as the Saber Raven, which was only available if you were to get the Intel Optane drives a few years back. That is an EMP ship. This one actually comes stock with a couple of scatter guns, the Pyroburst scatter guns on the wings. This is still 4 size 3 mounts on it. It comes with this interesting paint scheme. I don't know if I actually like the paint scheme that much, but it's still a Saber and it still performs really well. It's a single seater. And then this last ship in this part of the Expo Hall is the Retaliator. Now this comes in 2 variants. You have the Retaliator Bomber and then the Retaliator Base. Retaliator Bomber is the more militarized version, obviously. This comes with a bunch of size 9 torpedoes. Originally it was, I think, size 9 torpedoes, or 12. It has 2 torpedo bays. It has, I don't know, like what, 5 turrets on it, with some size 3s on each of those turrets. So it can actually do some damage if you're fully crewed in this thing. But yeah, it's just, you know, it's a rather cool ship, but you need a large crew to fill it out. Now the Retaliator Base will have the ability to put modules on it. So you'll be able to remove, like, the torpedo modules, the torpedo bays, and those will be replaced with extra crew quarters or kitchenette, you know, long haul stuff. Could be science, could be medical facilities, Titan armor, bay. I mean, it could do all sorts of different modules for that ship. So you kind of have to decide which one you want, the bomber for $275 or the base for $150, and then buy the modules. And then of course we still have this awesome F8 Lightning on loan from the 999 squadron, the Reckless squadron. We will move past that quickly because you've seen that already. And we're going to move into one of the side halls. I love this little space view through these tops of these domes here. Those are really cool. Alright, let's move into this side hall. And here we have a bunch of Vanguards. All of the Vanguards, to be exact. Let's start with the Vanguard over on the right. I believe this is the Sentinel, which is the E-Warfare one. It's supposed to be able to, well, it's got an EMP, and eventually you may be able to have some missiles that are able to completely drain a target's shields or incapacitate the target for a brief amount of time. All of these Vanguards come with a size 5 mount on the nose, as well as 4 size 2s on the nose. Those are automatically fixed. The size 5 you can gimbal, and they all come with a turret of some kind. Now on the Sentinel, I can't remember what guns are up there, but they're size 2s on that turret. The Harbinger, which is going to probably be the last one we look at, has a missile turret on the top. This looks like the Vanguard Warden here in the front, or in your view right now. Vanguard Warden is the actual major fighter of the bunch. They all do well in a fight. This one's the one that's a dedicated fighter. These things are designed to be long-distance, heavy fighters, and they're supposed to survive an apocalypse, more or less. If the ship is in tatters, it still will be able to fly home in most cases. Or you could eject the crew compartment, and it'll be some sort of lifeboat for you to survive until somebody can come pick you up. So this one over here, this one appears to be the Hoplite, and the next one will be the Harbinger. Kind of take a look at the underneath. You can also look at the ramp at the rear, where it takes you into the main part of the ship. The layouts are very similar to all of them. The only difference is that on the Hoplite you have jump seats in the back for 5 troops. They all have a couple of bunks because they're designed for 2 people at a time. See, this one actually has a big cannon on the front. And that is the Vanguard series. Fantastic ships if you're looking for a heavy fighter. To me, they still punch a little under their weight. Hopefully, when balancing comes along, we'll be able to, get those to punch at their weight. We are gonna trot over to the last section in the Expo Hall, and then we will call it a day for this video. I do appreciate all of you tuning in to watch the video. Thank you very much. Make sure you hit that like button and that subscribe button, as it really helps this channel take off. It helps me get on the algorithm, really, which is super beneficial. Also, if you want to contribute to the channel, you can check out my Patreon and YouTube members. That'll be in the description of the video. You can also watch the ads all the way through and click on the ads. That helps the monetization of the channel as well, and helps me out a ton. You guys saved my life last year, so I can't thank you enough. You definitely helped me out this year as well, so thank you for your kindness and your generosity. I really do appreciate it. Alright, so now that we've trekked all the way across this hall, we are almost over to the room with the Gladiuses and the Avengers. If you didn't know, the Avengers have a little competition going on right now. Thrustmaster is sponsoring it. You can jump in an Avenger Titan, I believe, and race your way through the Microtech Metro Loop in between the New Babbage Spaceport and the Aspire Grand, and earn yourself some joysticks if you're one of the quickest. You have to video it, and they ask you that you upload the video and stuff. That information is available on the website, so definitely go check it out over on the Spectrum. So here we have the regular Gladius. Is this the regular one, or is this I believe this is the regular Gladius. They also have the Gladius Valiant, which you saw was available as well. This is considered a light fighter. It's very maneuverable. I really like flying the Gladius. It comes with size 3 on the nose and 2 size 2s, I believe, on the wings. Maybe it's size 3s. It does pack a punch for a light fighter. You also have a weapon rack right here that will extend for you to store weapons. This thing is the first ship that got the gold standard treatment, meaning that it is done, like finalized, other than maybe balancing on weapons and armor and stuff. They finalized this ship, the UI, all of that, so it's in a phenomenal position now. Like when you start the ship up, it shows you hitting all the right buttons panels and consoles. So it's really, really cool. Then we got the Avenger Titan. I'm sorry, this is the Warlock. The Warlock, which has the EMP in the back. These have living quarters on them as well, but you can only access that when you get in the pilot's chair. You don't access it from the rear of the ship in this particular model. The EMP is pretty devastating on that. It comes with the size 3 on the nose, I believe, or size 3 mount anyways, and size 2s on the pylons underneath. It's a very good ship for the price. Then you have the Aegis Eclipse, which is the stealth bomber. As you can see, it definitely has a lot of stealth look to it through the modern day stealth bombers. This thing can get pretty close, and it's pretty devastating. It's got 3 size 9 torpedoes, and yeah, I love my Eclipse. There was a bug where the ladder and the canopy were not closing. They would stay open. I think they fixed that before this went live. So just be warned that there are still some things that they're working on with some of those ships. The Aegis Eclipse bomber is a must-have if you are doing some short-range bombing. If you're doing long-range bombing, you're definitely going to want the Retaliator. Now we're going to go over to this Avenger, and I believe this one is the Titan. This is the Stalker. It's got the cells here for prisoners, and you can capture a bunch of them. Again, you also have a bed and all that for you to sleep in. This is definitely a fully sustainable ship for yourself. This is the Titan Renegade, if I'm not mistaken. This is a cargo version of the Avenger. They all have the same weapons type loadouts, at least mounts, so they can definitely pack a punch for their price. A lot of people think they look space shuttle-y because of the tiles and stuff that you have on it. I would also say they look like penguins. Our org actually calls them penguins, and we had somebody that was the master of the penguins in K9. So yeah, fantastic ships. Aegis is one of the top manufacturers for military or war machines in the game. So if you're looking for a war machine, Aegis has you. They can definitely hook you up with plenty of war machines because they have a ton of them in their arsenal. They were super popular under the Messer era, and now that the Messers are out, some other manufacturers are making their way in. So thanks again for tuning in and watching the video, guys. If you are interested in joining this game, you can do that with my referral code down below. You'll get a bonus 5,000 credits. Just use that to sign up. It's in the description of the video. There's also a free flight going on. You can actually fly any ship that is flyable in the game right now. You can rent them by going up to them and holding down F and clicking on the ship, and it gives you the capability to rent it. So you could do that if you wanted to. All ships are free to rent right now. You get them for 2 days. So check them out. Find out which ones you like, which ones you don't. I'm Mud Dog with the Texas Space Navy, and I'll see you out in the bird.